November 13th, not October 13th, 2025. Can't start this morning. Come on, buddy. Come here. We'll only put one layer of sweater on you. Put your cocoon suit on. Come here. And let's try to trim your nails real quick. Hey, it's all right. It doesn't hurt. See? That's all it is. See? Just a little bit. That's it, buddy. Just a little bit. Get used to it. I just want you to get used to it. It's not as bad as it seems, okay? Sun's coming out. Got bright all of a sudden. Yeah, you ready? All right. The ice, I think, melted. We'll see. We're gonna go into the trail. I had been avoiding the trail because it was gonna be pretty wet, muddy, and icy for this guy. But shoot, I've been falling behind on the YouTube videos since I added driving for dollars, and then contacting those driving for dollars. After my mentor on Tuesday, he had me adding that on there, but it actually, kind of helped fill my day and feel a little bit more productive. And I just don't feel as stressed or a feeling that I don't want to do it, to drive for dollars and contacting these property owners, because I've already driven by the property and I know it's in bad condition, so it's a better chance of me getting a sale, hopefully, but we'll see. It doesn't feel as bad, so I'm gonna drive all the neighborhood. I'm starting right now with the worst neighborhoods, just to kind of get that over with, and then we'll see if I get anything out of that. Well, my cold callers are still calling, and then I have another company that just reached out to me that does cold calling, so I might try them out and see if I get better results. But so that's why I've been slacking. There's no excuse, I should still be able to, but man, to be honest, I've been smoking right before I go on the driving for dollars, after I make my agent calls. So I just kind of helps me ease my way into that, even though, I mean, that's also an excuse, but just right now, he's going the long way. I don't like when he goes in there, because then I'm gonna have to run in after him if I see anything. But let me see. No? Did it work out for you? Somebody else pooped, or your poop is still there? Didn't like that spot. So it's a lot drier now. And then It says it's gonna be completely sunny today, so that should be fun. That should be warm. Start warming up. I won't show you that poop, but he's going deep in there. Oh, nope. Never mind. But yeah, I don't know. I feel a little productive and accomplished since I started doing that on Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's got me working for something. Made some calls on the leads that I got, but I haven't been getting a lot of leads, so I added a new one in there. So hopefully that brings me better leads. But yeah, I gotta get something going. Oh, and I just signed the contract, I think, for one of my tenants. So finally I'm getting a tenant in one of my units. So yeah, excited about that. Start seeing a little bit more money on my bank account and not always being negative. So, but I gotta pay down some of the debt. So probably gotta list more items on eBay, make a little bit more money. And then I had thought about talking to my landscaper and see if I can help him grow his business. And you know, my mentor talks about ignorance debt, where you know, I don't understand the term, but I understand how he explains it. And it's basically you go from A to B. A is the starting point of a business. B is the goal of where you want to be with your business. And anytime you start a business, it gets so difficult in the first 50 to 75% of the journey. And he basically says that, you know, in real estate, I'm in the 75%, so I'm that much closer to my goal. And if I start something new, I'm gonna be starting from A, and I'll be in the same position that I was in when I started in real estate. So I'm just wondering if, because he's already has an established business, if I can just somehow bring him more business and make a little bit of extra money on the side. I'm not really building. I'm starting at like the 50% ignorance debt. But I also don't want that to take away from my real estate, and that's kind of where he wants me to be, is wanting me to be focused on that. And yeah, it's just, it's frustrating because I tend to give up real easily, or as he says it, it's pivot. I like the pivot better. It sounds more positive, but I think I just give up and I quit and I switch and look for something more exciting again. And then that excitement on that new venture gets difficult and then doesn't get exciting anymore. So it's just like, I'm just in this revolving routine where I just can never get to that point where my business will actually be profitable and grow, you know, because I tend to quit before that. And it's frustrating, and it just might be that I haven't found something that I'm really passionate about, or I'm just lazy. I gotta stop. Even though, ooh, there's a bunch of geese here. Yay, now that it's warmer, I'm gonna enjoy. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go, but yeah, I can't, I don't want to, I gotta stop saying that I'm lazy, that I procrastinate, that I'm not motivated, that I'm not built for this. But I gotta, even though I said it right now, I gotta stop saying that. So, but I'm just trying to be honest. But I think that's negative words that shouldn't be in our mindset. We have to believe in ourselves and motivate ourselves. So I gotta start doing that. All right, guys, let's decide to be happy, and let's be grateful. I'm gonna be grateful about all these magical animals here. And then maybe I'll catch you on the other side when I get some sun, if we get some sun. All right, guys. Hi, family. They're all chilling. I don't want to, I'm scared. Bet you don't know what I got. I got some sun. I don't know if you can see it. I think it's just, I can't see it. Somewhere over there. There it goes, right there. I think. All right, whatever. Anyway, I got some sun, something to look forward to, and then another thing right now is just, I've said it before, but it's just, I think my main focus is just gonna be how to handle my emotions throughout every single day. Because I think the emotions, how we're feeling that day, really doesn't help us accomplish the goals. And I feel like I've been in my feelings most of my life, and this is the key when you're doing the work is you don't know where to start, you don't know where you're going, you don't know how to figure it out, right? But one thing I learned is that when you feel or know that something's not working and why you feel a certain way and why that might be making you not do the work, is you start asking yourself questions. You start questioning yourself to try to figure it out. And it might not be the first time you ask the question. It might not be the second, the 100th time. It might take 500 times of you asking yourself the same damn question on how you're feeling that day and why you're feeling that day that way and what are you thinking when you're feeling that. And eventually you start figuring it out, because I didn't know what it meant to be emotional and how that affects my feelings until I started just asking those questions and then researching and listening to other entrepreneurs. So I was thought, I gotta get motivation. It's like, and then it's like, no, it's about discipline. Can't get all the way inside. Gotta unbuckle this dude and let him in. But yeah, it was just like, I just gotta find the motivation, right? I just gotta be motivated. I gotta find something I'm motivated about. But I start realizing from other entrepreneurs that it's not motivation that's gonna help you reach your goals. It's discipline, right? So I just started trying to work on my discipline. And I started doing my cold showers, started going to the gym off and on, right? And then now I tend to be working out 6 to 7 days a week, you know? And I still couldn't figure out what was going on. And it wasn't like when my mentor started telling me about actions over feelings. When I didn't feel like doing it, I would just still take action. And then Layla Hormozi said, fuck your mood. You do it no matter if you feel like it or not. You have to have that goal in mind of where you're headed and have that drive and knowing that you have to do it no matter what, no matter how you feel. And I've always been in my feelings most of my life, and I think that's where it started kind of hitting me. It's like, yeah, motivation wasn't working. I was getting motivation sometimes, and then the discipline, it was difficult because I've always convinced myself not to do what I needed to do, and I would always tell myself, no, it's fine, you don't have to do it now, do it later. My mom always told me, why wait for tomorrow what you can do today, you know? And it's a saying in Spanish, but I don't know but it basically means the same. And she was always very disciplined about being clean and organized. Me, on the other hand, no. And I don't know if it was the pressure that I got from her, always telling me to keep up and to do it like she does. I think like, right now I just had an epiphany or a breakthrough. It might be that you know, I would always rebel when she would tell me that. It's like, no, I don't want to do it. No, I'm not like, no, and I wouldn't tell her I'm not like you. I'm just like, no, I don't want to do it. I didn't know how to talk about that. But wow, yeah, that's another thing to think about, you know, and that's what happens when you ask questions, you know? Wow. I'm going to think about that one for a bit, because that's also going to help me realize why I always try to fight myself to not do things, because I think it could be a reflection of me fighting against my mom to tell me stuff that I know I should do, but I don't do. I didn't want to do because it wasn't fun. You know, I just wanted to do stuff that was fun. And I think that's what affects us when we grow up. It's like we think everything's supposed to be fine, but it's just like, no, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice. And wow, I went on a rant. That one was deep. So I'm going to try to revisit this one again, but just had a breakthrough right now. And you guys were witness to that. All right. So I'm done now. All right, guys.